Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Your key to the week this week is the Empress card. So this is a week where you finally get some ease, right? It's been a little bit tumultuous for you guys, and your ruling planet, so in ancient astrology at least, your ruling planet is actually Mars. Mars is currently in the sign of Gemini and is preparing to go retrograde. And obviously at this point in time, especially as I'm recording this, we're 2 days out from Mercury retrograde, which is the host of Mars currently. So it's a little bit of a situation for you guys, especially for those of you that are ascendant Scorpios, because that Mercury retrograde will be taking place in your 12th house, which can be a little bit intense. You know, anything that happens in the 12th can be quite hard. So lots of self-care this week. It looks like you're already doing that because you've got the Empress, right? So this is a week where things are a little bit easier, where you can take a breath before you take the plunge into the cold, you know, into the cold water, let's say. What I would also say as well, this week you are being encouraged to live life through your senses, through your physical body, through touch, smell, taste, through a kiss or a hug or a connection with somebody that goes beyond, you know, beyond smutty, and it actually something that, you know, turns into something that is joyous and enjoyable. This might also be a week where you are planting an idea or a seed of some sort in fertile ground. So what I love most about the Empress card, this tends to be where we lay a foundation of some sort. So, you know, let's say if you do the kind of work that I do and you've got a program or a course that you want to launch, this might be the week where you kind of chuck a little seed out there to say to people, this is coming, all right? The other thing with the Empress, because it is Venus ruled, this is basically about ease. And Venus is a lady, darling, okay? She likes things easy, relaxed, she likes them nice. This can be a juicy week. This could be a sensual week. This could potentially even be a very sexual week, depending on your situation. With that, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. For you, or should I say, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your actions and options, you've got that 8 of Cups. So for a lot of you, this is you bowing out of something, all right? You've got that 8 of Cups as what you're doing, your actions and options. And the Empress there is basically saying, I want the easy way out. And this isn't a bad thing at all. Sometimes the path of least resistance really is the right one to travel. Scorpios are known for doing the hard thing. They're known for having the hard conversations. For some of you, this might be that you're having, maybe you're doing something that alters your image, the way that you look, potentially your physical body. Maybe this is the path of least resistance for some of you as well. It may also be that you're letting go of a friendship, a connection, maybe a partnership. There's something here that you're willing to walk away from, but you're doing this with ease and you're bowing out gracefully. It's not like, you know, well, I'm going to fight them, or, you know, it's going to be this drawn out thing of like, it's just, no, you know what? I'm just going to gently remove myself. Sometimes that's the way. For your communications and conversations, you have the Hanged Man. Now you've got this card literally right underneath the Empress. Now a little secret about the Empress and the Hanged Man. So first things first, the Hanged Man is the number 12. 1 and 2 gives you 3. So these cards are opposites to each other in the major arcana, especially from their numerological values. Now, what's really interesting is it's been said that the Tau cross that the Hanged Man hangs from is the umbilical cord from the pregnant Empress. So you are sowing seeds this week. There's something that you're kind of seeding the idea about. You're putting it out there gently. It's not like you're throwing it out and being really forceful and in your face with it. You're taking your time to develop this, because the Hanged Man is actually about inaction, right? And it's interesting that it has that energy when the Empress is very much like, I'm going to take my time, I'm going to just ease into it. And it's like, then you've got the Hanged Man, which is about surrender when nothing when nothing is moving. So it's really, really interesting that you've got these and you've got the Hanged Man underneath this. So when it comes to your communications, this is a week to keep your mouth shut. All right, I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm not telling you what to do. What I'm saying is the Hanged Man is about doing nothing. It's about, yes, surrendering to what is, but sometimes it's also about sacrificing things. And so what this suggests is, in one regard, yes, you're putting things out there, but you're doing it gently. This is about attracting what you want rather than sort of pulling it out of the world. And because it is the Hanged Man, this might be a week where you're choosing to say, okay, you know what? As an example, let's say the boss comes in and says, you know what, there's some overtime going, and it's like, you know, you could use that extra money, but let's say Sarah, who's got 2 kids and, you know, is a single parent, could also use that money. This could be that you're sacrificing something for another person while you get your own ducks in a row as well. So when it comes to some form of study or academia, for those of you that are students, I would say that this week, take it easy. Like, even if you're given a deadline, this is a time where, like, so one thing that I do with my written readings, when people order written readings from me, I write intuitively. So I don't just sort of get it and then go straight to work. When it comes through, I will wait for the push, and usually it's usually like in the evening, the day of the booking, I'll get like a little nudge to just get started, and then the framework is born. And then over the next few days, I will be pulled to that piece again and again and again, and it just kind of builds or writes itself. There's something here where if you're meeting a deadline as a student, the piece will write itself, but not if you try to wrest the information out of the world, all right? When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, there is a blessing that's coming in with the Empress, but you could choose to give this to somebody else. Maybe it's an accolade. Maybe you're nominated for something and you say, you know what, as much as it would be great to get this award, there is actually somebody that deserves it more. There's something here that you are choosing to sacrifice or give up for another person, and it really is one of the most noble things that you can do. For those of you that are self-employed, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, especially because of this, for some of you, you might be letting go of a client base this week. You might be deciding to shift or to change your demographic, and by doing so, you may not be as visible in the new demographic as you were in the old one. But again, that's kind of leap of faith stuff, so I like that. If things have slowed down for you in your business as well, don't worry, it's just giving you time before the next big push. The Hanged Man and the Four of Swords I kind of see as like very similar energies. So like what I often say to people is, when these cards show up, take your rest now, because it's going to get busy later on. And then you might be thinking like, oh, I wish I'd have rested a bit more when things were slow. For those of you that are retired and no longer working for any reason, this is a good time to really think about nurturing your spiritual self, your spiritual and internal nourishment. Finally, there is something here that's being talked about for all of you in some way, shape or form. This week could see you really drawn to some form of music, some kind of TV or radio. You could hear or see something that has a really profound effect on you because of its natural beauty. For your love and relations, you've got the Three of Wands. So technically you've got 3 threes here, because the Hanged Man is number 12. 1 and 2 gives you 3. The Empress is also number 3, and you've got the Three of Wands. 3 threes represent success. So when it comes to the partnership, the relationship, the rekindling of a relationship, so for some of you, maybe you're fixing a relationship that has been a problem. For others, maybe you are finally getting it together with somebody that you have wanted to for a long time. Whatever the barriers to that have been, it looks like they're melting away. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments already, I love that. Look at this. This is you and your partner seeking out a place of natural, profound natural beauty. It's also potentially you and a partner traveling. It's good luck that comes in through or from the partner. And as well, because you're letting something go or choosing to release something, you're making space for something wonderful to come in. For your money and materials, you've got the Four of Wands, so you've got a sequence here. This suggests that your finances are about to start picking up this week as well, especially if you do that work of just kind of letting it go and saying, okay, maybe I'm not making as much money at the moment, but actually everything is good. by tapping into that flow this week, you can be in a really good stead. For some of you, it looks like you're attending a secret meeting. So this could be a party that not many people know about. It could be a party that's taking place behind the scenes. This could be some sort of secret ceremony for some of you. It could be some kind of, I want to say like some kind of religious festival or something of that nature that you're invited to, that is really beautiful, very theatrical, very spiritual, but also very esoteric. You know, kind of like this would be where you get invited to the local witches' coven celebration, all right? Like, and it's something that would be very secret, but also something that would be, you know, a blessing to behold or to be invited to. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your head and your face. For some of you, it does look like you're either considering or having some kind of cosmetic surgery, or, you know, or there's something that's altering the body in some way. And then when it comes to your home and environment, I mean, I like the Four of Wands for the home and environment because it suggests that home is very stable this week. It will also be a hub. One thing I have to say is, even though you're trying to get away from a lot, I would say that home is likely to be a very busy place this week, with a lot of people coming and going, and potentially people just sort of showing up and inviting themselves. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.